What an absolutely gorgeous day. It can't decide whether or not it wants to be sunny or chucking down with rain, like it's on, off, on, off, on, off. Nature's a little bipolar today. What? How y'all doing? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Come in, come in. There has been a change of plans. Last night, I said we were going to be going out for a meal today. Rain and his wife were going to be coming down. They're on holiday. And we were going to go to a local cafe restaurant. But Rain's a busy man. He's on holiday. He's also in London. The plan was for him to... We're not in London. He was planning on getting the train to here. Doing anything in London right now, not bloody likely. It's chaos in the city. So, a bit of a scheduling groove going on. We'll sort out another time. That's cool. However, I reckon it's because Rain is secretly an assassin. No? Is that I mean, picture it. Mild-mannered gentleman. Hard-working. That's his day job. Assassin. Sent by whoever to topple all of the monarchies of the world because, you know, Liz, she just carked it when Rain arrived in the country. Can't be sure. It might be Rain's wife. Mild-mannered lady. I don't know. You can never be sure. You can never be sure. We said to him, if you come to the country, you're going to come to the UK. Make sure everything's in order. Make sure everyone's good. Because usually when people come over here to see us, shit goes wrong. We didn't expect Rain to have the power to make the Queen bite it, though. Yeah, we're gonna arrange another time to have a bite to eat or just go and hang out. Next time, maybe I can arrange some bits and bobs with family so that we'd actually have a bit more time, because we've only had about 2 to 4 hours anyway. Maybe next time I'd make a day of it. Or if Rain wants a place to stay, we can figure out a way to sort that out. But that'd be fucking cool. With that said, because we're not going to the restaurant, we're not going to go out and have a bite to eat, the wife has decided that today is going to be a bit of a cheat day for me. I did say I was going to have a foodie cheat day on the 19th, because it'll be my youngest boy's birthday, right? But I was also going to extend that to the 18th, because where the Queen has decided that, you know, now is an unfortunate time to be alive, the whole country's closed on my son's birthday, so we're having his party on the 18th, on bowling, and we'll probably eat there too. So 18th, probably have a bit of a skive. 19th, I'll have a bit of a skive. And today, just because the wife has decided, have a bit of a skive. I ain't gonna go overboard. But what's Rain again? But you know, get to have some good food. I'll still hold back on the sugar and stuff, but yay, good food. Healthy food can get in the bin. So good. Man. Top stream. It was a bit kind of... because even though I said I was going to have an early night, I didn't have an early night. I thought all was fine. And then I started to fizz out towards the end. But a lot of information taken in because whilst playing games, Senran and Kagura, I was talking to Olgovich and we were just, look, I like the idea of just being able to talk about anything. And if people are level-headed, they'll talk to you about anything, right? And me and Olgovich were talking about a lot of history stuff, right? And I've now got so much that I want to read and look up, research. My head's a bit sore. But no, it was really fun. I didn't get to finish my game though, so I think I want to finish Senran Kagura soon so I can move on to something else. I would like to wing a message to Divine, see if he wants to play Hypercharged at some point as like a shooter where it takes place in a toy store, like your action figures. I want to have a go at that, but I don't really want to play it without Divine, and because Dark Rider got me Judgment, and I want to go through that too, but I want to finish the rest of the Yakuza series on stream. So, I'm now adding to a list of things that I need to do. So much reading. Why is there so much stuff? Why does the world have so much stuff going on? Why can't we just have it in nice, easily digestible chunks? And why do we all have to be so full of shit? If we were all just down the straight and narrow, I wouldn't have to fact check both sides. Olkovich will know what I'm talking about, but fucking hell. Good times. Right. Time for dinner. Oh, mate. Cheat days are awesome. Burgers, pizza, and I've had even more good food since. I've taken this as a day off because I had other plans, right? But they didn't go according to plan. And so the wife and I have just used the day to do other things. It's been nice. I've been reading. I know! It's like, again, I can read. Not related to the stuff that I was talking about earlier, but also partly because of Vici again. So, Vici's trying to play through Cyberpunk and trying to go through the 100%, right? I've played Cyberpunk a couple of times on different platforms, but I've not 100%ed it. I might try it one day. I do want to play through the game again, but this time as female V, and I was planning on doing that on Steam Deck, just because they've now fixed the Steam Deck preset on it, so it actually sets the graphics levels accordingly to what it should be on the Steam Deck, rather than setting it to Ultra, which we know the Steam Deck ain't gonna be able to do. But I have a bunch of the Cyberpunk tabletop game modules, which is what Cyberpunk 2077 is actually based off of. They're by Mike Pondsmith, and it starts with Cyberpunk. Well, I can't remember the actual subtitle for it, but it's called Cyberpunk, and then it came out. It's based in 2013, so it's called Cyberpunk 2013. Then they did Cyberpunk. Was it 2020? And then they went to Cyberpunk Red. I don't know what the newest iteration is, but buckets and buckets and buckets of modules and lore and all this kind of stuff. The game, the tabletop game, came out in the 80s. If anyone would like to play the Cyberpunk tabletop game, you actually, if you've bought the game on PC, you actually have one of the books for the game. The base, like the core book, is included in your downloads directory. For Cyberpunk 2077, but it like establishes loads of stuff, loads of characters and loads of places and loads of weapons and all sorts of stuff. All this stuff out in the 80s, and so I was just kind of like flicking through and, you know, just reading through all this lore, because it's a neat world. I don't care what anyone says. I bounced off Cyberpunk 2077 when I first played it, but when I went back to it, thoroughly enjoyed it. Really well written story, pretty solid campaign. Mechanically, it's alright too. AI is derpy as bollocks when you're out on the streets, but it's actually a pretty good game. On console, it was completely dog shit, but I played it on PC and Stadia and Xbox One, well, Xbox Series at the time. I put the Xbox One disc in the series, and the PlayStation 5, which was the PlayStation 4 disc. Works fine. It worked fine. On PC, I was lucky enough to have a PC powerful enough to play the game on launch. It was fine. I had a few bugs on launch. It was fine. Just the heist I found initially to be a bit intimidating, so I didn't do it. And so I put it off for a little while, and then I came back. And as I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And I'm reading through the lore at this point, because, well, when I was talking to Vici about the story in Cyberpunk, how I'm one of the few people that actually likes the game, because everyone got it in their head the game was shit, even the people who haven't played it. In fact, I've been talking to my son about it today. I was like, yeah, the games aren't that bad, because he's trying to convince people that Mighty Number 9 isn't actually that bad of a game. I was like, yeah, it probably isn't, but not everyone has to like the games that you like. Plus, these days, it's still kind of popular to bash on games that were considered poor on release. Like, everyone jumped on the bandwagon of Cyberpunk 2077 being shit, and they're still doing it. Every single patch, you'll have hundreds of people, thousands of people going, they're still trying to fix it. Game shit. Have you played it? Probably not. If you're a console player from the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, I won't deny it, you had a fucking rough time, alright? But if you're on PC, even a reasonable PC, the game wasn't that bad. No worse, as far as bugs were concerned, than any other open world RPG you'll play. Alright? It was a pretty solid game. I mean, I've found even bigger catastrophic bugs in fucking Skyrim. There are still massive bugs in Skyrim, and that game has been out for centuries. Alright? So this isn't exclusive to CD Projekt Red. Pondsmith has made some fucking awesome modules, pretty fun tabletop game. Actually, he's live streamed it as well. If anyone wants to watch how a game goes, just look up Mike Pondsmith and you'll find some really rad stuff. And like I said, he came up with this stuff in the 80s, so it's taken a while for 2077 to be a thing. But I wanted to watch the other reason I'm doing this. I wanted to watch. What's it called? Edge Runners? The Netflix series, the Cyberpunk Netflix series that's just come out. I wanted to watch it. It's animated. I really wanted to watch it, but I haven't been able to because my kids are about. It's a bit on the aggro side. Fucking gore everywhere, headshots, fucking giblets everywhere, meaty chunks. It's not the kind of thing I'll watch if my kids can walk in on it. So I've been putting it off, and I've been wanting to watch. It was due out. It came out on Tuesday. I've been wanting to watch it. It's Tuesday, so I'm getting my fix. Reading modules and stuff. I've got a fucking big wedge of these fucking modules. They're great. I wanna watch that fucking show, and I wish more people would give that game a chance, just for the story, because it's actually pretty good. The world's there's a lot of copy pasting going on. Physics are broken. NPCs are stupid as fuck. But on that main storyline, follow that main storyline, and that's fucking solid. That's good stuff. And I'm glad I'm not the only one insane enough to think it. Alright, because the character development's good. Graphically it's good. Popping people's heads with a pistol from the other side of the map, good. One of my mates is like, he didn't think he'd like Cyberpunk either, and I said, just give it a go, man, just give it a go. It's not his kind of game at all. And he just keeps on telling me it's one of his fondest memories. He unlocks the gorilla arms, which are like augmented arms, and he just is stealthing around, and he just fucking punches this person, and they just fucking launch across the screen. Fucking Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Stop comparing it to other like open world games. The driving's not as good as GTA. The RPG's not as good as insert whatever big, fully fleshed out RPG there is. The whatever isn't as good as... It's pretty fucking solid if you give it a chance. I really want to watch that show. So gonna have to find a way and then play through again. I'm sorry, I wanted to bring it up because that's what I've burnt my day doing. Reading just buckets and buckets of modules and stat books and stuff like that. And there's so much lore in that world that just isn't in the 2077. There's just so much there, which I think is a shame, because I don't know if the remake of the books have all of that stuff in them. Because every version of the books has been slightly tweaked and all that, kind of like D&D, how they rework D&D all the time. They change bits for how the game works in every revision, but if you didn't know you've got a copy of the Cyberpunk Tabletop RPG, check it the fuck out. Like I say, it's in your download directory. I don't think console players got it, unfortunately, but if you've got the game on like GOG or Steam, there is a PDF in the download directory of the game, and you can have a go that way. And check out, like I said, Pondsmith's videos. You can buy the books; they're in like a box as well of the current versions. I might have to get the current versions just for shits and giggles. I've wanted to do a tabletop of it, but I'm no good at DMing, so. But I'm gonna head off. I've had a good day. Just lots of reading, lots of chilling out. For a cheat day, it's been great. I've not gone overboard. Nice and relaxing. Things didn't go according to plan, but still good. So hope you're good. Hope you're well. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one. Did I just really rabbit for fucking 10 minutes about reading fucking Cyberpunk modules? Yes, I did. What a pro. Full of shit. See ya.